What is up, guys? Wraith here, Great Bearded Gaming Society, and this is our first ever live stream event. So here we are. I've got the P99 all loaded up, ready for our character selection. I have another website I can drag it into the screen for when we're trying to roll our random numbers. I've got my other monitor set up over here so I can try to keep track of how the chat goes, and then my lovely assistant, i.e. my wife, will be over here helping me with some of the chat things. So if I miss anything, hopefully she'll be able to point it out to me kind of quickly. We'll see how that stuff goes. She's probably not going to do much talking, but she'll start waving her hands. She said, give me the old chicken wing when I need to look over and pay attention. Now, the one thing that we have noticed already, again, I am a first-time live streamer, is that there seems to be a hair of a delay between when I do stuff and when everybody else sees it. So that's new to me. We will see how that goes, because again, I'm used to just filming all this stuff live, going back and editing and putting everything together. So that hopefully this works out. Maybe there's a different setting or something somewhere that I actually just need to tweak and move things a little bit. So we shall see how it goes as we get to rolling. And already, like, from the chat, like, as far as is there a race class combo I would want to play? If I had to pick something right now on the fly, I would have to probably say an enchanter. I think I could get into all kind of trouble with an enchanter. The race almost doesn't matter. Of course, Dark Elves are really cool because then you can do the evil side stuff a little bit easier. But I mean, you get the Dark Elf illusion pretty quick, so it's back and forth that. But you're also centrally located, which is always nice. High Elves have great stats, but they start in the middle of nowhere again. And now we're back on the boat, and we all know how much I like to set sail and how awesome I am at doing that. Good evening, Jeremy Stevens. Thank you for joining us. I see you down there in the chat. Like I said, I'll try to keep up with that kind of as best I can. But before we get rolling, I think the only other thing that we have really right now, and I talked about this in the primer video, one thing that we will avoid coming out of the gate this time is if we get a repeat. If we do get a repeat, we will do a re-roll and change back out of that. We're only 5 seasons in. We haven't seen enough of the classes yet to try to do a repeat, and I think at this point having a new starting zone, based on class will just not be enough. And certain things like a monk, there's not a huge difference between a human or an Ixar early. There'd be no point, doing something like that. So if we do get an early repeat, we'll just re-roll from scratch and start again. So having said all of that, I think we're gonna get rolling here and see how things go. Like hopefully my got a little backup music set up so when we actually start rolling later, we can have a little bit of background tunage after we get this set up and we start doing some of the early play stuff. Obviously, with it being live, everybody will get nice and bored watching me set up a UI, because normally I do that all the way off the screen, so nobody has to see that. But so here is, let me grab this bad boy up here. Hiya! So this is our spiffy, look it up on the interwebs, random number generator. We can do a min, we can do a max, we can do a quick generate, nothing too fancy. And then from there, like I said, we've done it before, like on my phone and my lap. This time, at least everybody will be able to see. No shenanigans. I'm not steering towards any one specific thing. I'm trying to be as random as possible. Now, the one thing that was mentioned, through the chat and through the conversation that we had earlier, somebody brought up, it's like, oh, well, maybe we could do like a weighted roll, so the community could kind of maybe try to steer things in a certain direction. I did not quite figure out a spiffy way to do that. I mean, the best I could do almost on the fly, about the best to be able to do would be add different numbers that would basically repeat a race or a class, I guess. That would increase those odds. But that, again, with a little bit of a delay, it's going to be a little hard to do, I think. So the first time out of the gate here, we might just do straight random roll and not try to worry about, trying to weight anything. I don't think, but so I think it's time to start rolling some numbers, guys, and see just how we do. So we'll grab our random doohickey right over here. Hopefully, make sure it pops up on the screen. As always, we will count our races, which should be 13. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So we're already kind of preset from where we were playing with this a little bit earlier in the day to make sure it was going to get done what we needed it to get done. So of course our minimum value is 1, so we'll start up at the top to bottom, and our max value is 13, which of course will be our wood elf. So what I should have done, if I was really good at this, is I'd have made some sound effects, and we could have done some drum roll and some things like that. And I can see I'm getting some notes on the side over here. So we'll have to see. Oh, there we go. Okay. So yes, she already has an excellent point when we get to it, because it will probably go pretty quick when we get there. We'll leave this one up to the chat so everybody can kind of start thinking about it as we progress forward. Name suggestions for this character would be pretty cool, because we've spent an inordinate amount of time in some of our previous sessions just trying to find a name, not only that will stick, but that's also not lame. Let's see who we got. He said, I can't do that right now. Said, hey, Rafe, nice to see you streaming. I appreciate you watching. We're, unfortunately, I'll be perfectly honest. Guys. I'm actually a bit nervous. So even if some of the guys where I would know your name in game right now, I'm drawing blanks. Because this is my first ever live stream. Trying to make sure that I use my good boy language and things like that, but expect some things to slip here and there. But I think it's time. To kick it off. And we're gonna hit this generate button. I'll drop this down again in here just so. Let's see. Yep. Let's fix that. Find our generator. All right, here we go. A little bit in the chat. Get a generator. Minimum of 1. Maximum of 13. Let's hit our spiffy little button. 6. So let's see what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to be a half elf something or another, which at least that'll be a little bit different. We haven't been one of these guys yet. And I have to say it out loud immediately. Thank God we're not going to be blind again. Oh, man. The wizard was blind. The monk was blind. That stuff sucks. When your first item you want to buy is the ring so you can see in the dark. All right. So let's see. We're going to be a half elf. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possible classes. So let's grab our number generator yet again. Let's see, so our minimum this time is going to be 1. Maximum value this time around is going to be a 6. So let's see, Bard, Druid, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Warrior, which puts us in pretty good shape because we really only have one thing that we've already done, which is the Paladin, so we can ixnay that. And then we've actually had a couple people who mentioned before, is like, oh, they'd love to see me kill myself as a Bard because they've never seen me Bard. It is not a pretty thing. Druids are always fun. Ranger could be pretty cool too. Little spell, little hybrid actions. We'll see how we go. If we get a rogue or a warrior, it might be a race to see how fast we can kick the bucket. But let's see how it goes, guys. So random 1 through 6. Let's generate. What do we get? 3. No. We are not going to do another paladin this early. So I'll do a quick question to everybody in the chat. Just kind of keep things on the up and up, keep things as fair as humanly possible. Do you guys want me to should I re-roll from scratch? Stay at half elf and just re-roll. We will re-roll the class, Ixnane, a number 3. What do you guys think let me know in the chat. I'll pause here for just a second, give folks a time to answer. All right, so we got a couple things coming in here. So we got a straight up re-roll. Be more specific down below at least. So yeah, re-roll the class. Okay, and then for ogre guy, so we got ourselves a half elf on the first, and then right out of the gate we re-roll the paladin. So we're gonna skip that bad boy, and we're gonna re-roll the class. We'll stay with the half elf race, and of course, this could put us on two massively different continents, right? Depending on what we get, we could end up either in Felwith, or not Felwith, excuse me, Kellethan, or all the way across the world in Kenya. So let's see. We're going to re-roll this bad boy again with just the class. So we're going to still go 1 through 6. We're going to leave it on there just to make... Actually, you know what we could do? Let's do this. We're going to roll it 1 through 5. We're just going to skip out Paladin entirely. So Bard will be 1, Druid will be 2, Ranger's 3, Rogue is 4, Warrior is 5. So we'll just cut out Paladin entirely, so we can't re-roll it, and we'll just go 1 through 5, top to bottom. Druid would be pretty cool, Ogre, not gonna lie. Druid would be pretty cool. It's a fun class. I can get to a lot of trouble with a lot of these classes. So and I'm a horrible warrior, by the way. So if I get warrior, this might be as short as it was when we got a wizard. Very possible. So let's see what happens. Let's hit our button again. Min 1, max 5, and generate 4. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Well, it looks like we are going to be a half-elf rogue. This guy is in deep, deep trouble. Oh, he is in deep, deep trouble. Oh. All right. So here we go, guys. We'll do that. I'm going to mess around with... I'm going to mess around a little bit with how we look while I'm doing that. If you guys want to drop some possibilities for some names in the chat, we'll try to pick us up a name here. But let's see. We'll... And the wife is over here saying I should gender bend this time and I should play female. But I'm not going to play a female in the half elf because the booty's always hanging out. So that's probably not going to happen. So we're going to stay with the male. And let's see here. All right. So we know if we're going to be roguing things up. Actually, that's not a bad look right there. We might just leave that there. Let's see. Dashing. Like dashing during rogue there. That one's got the mustache. It looks like he doesn't care what's going on. Kind of grumpy. That one looks about as old as I am. Old but suave. What do you think, guys? Do we go with pretty boy, or do we go with one of these dashing rogue-esque kind of mustache builds for our backstabber here? What do you guys think? And I think this is where the delay is going to catch us up a little bit. It'll start hitting the chat. Don't forget about the name suggestions. You know, we already have one that's not posted. I would have got, I got one for the gray beard and one for the mustache. We could definitely kick right out of the gate with the gray beard. I wish I still had that much dark in my hair. So we'll be a gray bearded stabber. All right, so there we go. We're a gray bearded gamer with a gray bearded half elf. All right, let's see. Now, the other thing we're going to have to look at is we have to check out some stats. Because my general consensus when rolling any melee toon, like our agility is going to be great, our dexterity is going to be great, so we don't have to worry about like the armor hits or anything like that. That's only when you're low. Their dexterity be pretty high. I would normally just pump everything I have into strength just so I can hit, be even better hit range. So I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna, I think, just hit everything into our strength stat. I think will probably be the best way to build the guy out. And it's just so we hit a little harder right out of the gate, right? I think it's or maybe we could go. Alright, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll give ourselves a little bit of extra stamina, not much. It should help with some early hit points early on, and then we will pile drive everything else into strength. So we'll have a nice high strength, decent stamina. Agility will be really nice and high at 100. Starting dexterity would be great, and of course wisdom, intellect, we don't really care. Charisma's, it's kind of there. It'll kind of affect the way we sell, but we're also a rogue. We plan to rob things as often as possible. See how many times that gets us in trouble when it gives away that we're busy robbing people. All right, so we've got that part figured out. Let's see. So we have several different spots that we might be able to pop up in. So we need a name. Any name recommendations? We do have, we do have one from the side here, which I'm not quite sure. That one might not get through. I don't know. But let's see. As far as the deity goes, these guys have a ton of deities, and I know the deity will also affect kind of where we can pop up at. So I tell you what we're gonna do for the deity to keep things rolling how we normally do. We're gonna grab our random number generator yet again. And let's see, what I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different possible. We have 7 different possible deity choices for this guy. So we will do that, and we will generate, and our generator will be a number 5. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Queen of Love. That's just an interesting thing for a rogue. I'm a rogue who's going to stab you to death, but I'll love you while I'm doing it. And of course, that'll start us out in Freeport. So I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's going to give us a decent little newbie zone right there. Early access to some of the stuff around us, nice and centralized. Not all bad. Not all bad. So the only thing that leaves us with, guys, is a name. We need to get ourselves a name. Let's see here. Let's go to the chat. All right. So I posted up a chat again. Again, I know there's a little bit of a delay. Let's use that. The one the one name we've got so far is Splat, which may very well be what happens to this guy, because playing a rogue with very limited lives is a very tricky situation, especially without a bunch of early twink gear. So we're not gonna. It's not like back in the day, like, oh, I'm gonna make a rogue, and you load him up with a full set of chain armor right out of the gate, where he's so heavy he can barely move, and a couple of stickers that'll just insta-give things. We're not gonna have that. We'll have ourselves a couple of nice, dull weapons to kick out of the gate with. But I'll give it a minute or so, just to see if any other name ideas come through. Ogres, I can't even figure out names for my own character. Let's see, Chaser, just click the random button long enough to get something that works. Always an option. Definitely always an option. Of course, we have actually done that before, because I think that's actually how we, pretty close to how we named our monk. And let's see, what we got? Lifting, lots of loot. I mean, that's got potential. That's got potential. What else we got, guys? Any other ideas? I do like the lifting. That's not bad. I might have an easier time getting that through than splat. Any last minute entries? I think for right now, been looking. That one, that may be it. That may be our name, in case unless we get the other spiffy ideas. All right, guys. Let's see if it'll let us have the name. And we got it. We are lifting a lot of loots. The half-elf rogue starting in Freeport. And let's see here. Right at our spiffy early newbie zone. Don't need an alarm window right now, but what we do need to do is their early UI drives me insane. Drives me insane. Let's move this bad boy over here like so. We have our melee attack. We have our ability to sneak. Don't have any of them yet, but we'll throw Bind Wound on there. So we know we'll want to work on that one later. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we get some of the other ones, because of course hide and sneak will be the big win. Right now it's just going to be try to play stabby so we can actually get ourselves let's give that thing the boot. I don't really care about that. A little food, a little water. There's our tattered note. So we are lifting lots of loot, the Bard. So let's take a minute. And let's get a new chat window. Move that guy over here, like so. Gonna shrink that guy down. And while we're here, we'll just always go ahead and add another window. So we just move that stuff around. Because always what I like to do is just, we're gonna take this guy here, and we're gonna filter in all of our combat kind of stuff. So we'll just put all of our melee in here. That way it doesn't clog up our other windows. We'll put all the spells in there. It's gonna be forever until we have like any procs or anything like that. We'll dump all that here. That'll free up that window, and then we'll go down here like so. And what I like to do is we'll filter our tells, and we will filter our group down here. That way we'll have our main stuff doing its jazz, and then we'll have this guy down here. So with all of that, now the one thing to go. Didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. So what we're gonna do here is, before we get anything else rolling, is we are going to run over really quick to the rogue trainer, so we can gotta remember where this thing is. It's been a long time. Been a long time since we've actually had to go. Actually, you know what? We're not even going to start off with the rogue trainer. We're just going to start off doing some stabbing. There's really nothing to train early on, so let's go stab some stuff. Let's see. We got our little sticker. We begin to try to be sneaky, but we're not very sneaky. Little dead people everywhere. Oh, let's see. Let's get this over here. That one for right now should be fine. Come on. Move that down there. Get my target set up. Move this off to the side, because we're not going to have much use for it, because we're not going to have any buffs anytime soon. At least nothing we can cast on our own. And of course, everything out here, we're going to start off our glorious adventure with a squealing bat. I think even the fire beetles are bigger than we are. At least the bat's even. So let's see what happens. Our first stage of epic combat. We're dueling it out with a bat. Alright. Good thing these things don't group aggro, because we probably... Ah! That's not fair. Nope, 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 nope. Run away! We got jumped by an orc right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. Save me. Save me. Well, boo. Well, if nothing else, we should heal fast at this size. We'd have had that bat too, man. Stupid little orc. Stupid little orc, we'd have had that in the bag, man. And this will be, of course, the other trade-off to just, you know, another melee specialist, as we will definitely be at the whims of being able to regen and get our goodies back. It's going to take quite a while. There, all right, there we go. Close enough. Close enough. Here's a nice new bat to play with. Backstab, sort of. Oh man, it's been so long since I played a rogue. So 20 years ago, one of my raid mains was actually a rogue for a long time. And I'm not going to list his name, only because I actually still have the guy. He's still on live. He's still on the server that I used to play on. But yeah, I was that guy. I would rob anything I could get my hands on. That was the coolest thing about it. And I mained that guy for raids all the way through Kunark and Velius until they found out I had a cleric. When they found out I had a cleric, suddenly it was he was way more important than my rogue. But I actually did finish the first epic I've ever completed in EverQuest was actually the rogue epic. So I actually do have it, and he still has it. He does still have it. We're gonna stay away from that guy because they're kind of being twerps. He's yellow to us. I don't think we can handle him, so we're gonna back off. Yeah, like a soap. And if he wants to charge us through all this hell and high water, he's more than welcome to. He's going to have to go through these two first, because we're not going to do that. And it looks like we've got Ogre down in chat saying, let's see, so our next skills, we can hide at level 3, so then we can hide and sneak and move around. Dodge at level 4, which that will be awesome, because we're going to be taking a whole lots of boots to the head, especially if we're doing a lot of solo early on. And of course, backstab, you don't get backstab for a little while. Early on, it's just beat them to death, and then hope for something spiffy to happen. The faster we get backstab coverage, the better. Just because that, of course, is one of the funnest things when you get backstab. You hide and sneak and steal and rob people. But, you know, speaking of the epic, though, like this is Decaying Skeleton. You are a loot pinata, my friend. Come here. Get my little loot pinatas. But yeah, it's like, so speaking of the rogue epic, interesting thing that happened, and again, this was super duper long ago. Yay, money in a bone chip. A lot of people might not even remember this, it was so long ago, but originally, believe it or not, you could put the rogue epic in your range slot. So you could still have your super uber weapons, you could throw the rage bringer into your range slot and still get all the super haste and all that kind of stuff, which is really nice. But we were, my guild at the time, we were up in the Plane of Hate. We were doing an Interrock raid at the last minute. We didn't really need him. We just, like, he was a challenge. He was a hard fight for the longest time. So we decided to see how we could do. And I got used to when you had to move in and out, or when you got feared out, you come back in, I'd start throwing daggers and things like that. And I threw my epic across the room. We have our first upgrade. We have our first upgrade. We have a cloth cap. It's there. We're off on a good foot. But yeah, I threw my first Ragebringer ever at Interrock. What made it worse is... Oh, no. Nope. Get distracted telling stories. Back up myself killed already. Don't want to do that. Hi, guys. I'm here again. Help out, please. Appreciate you. You know what? I can bind wound one time. Let's do this. There we go. Could bind wound a whopping one time. But yeah, so I threw my Ragebringer at Interrock. Make it worse is we wiped. Never got back to him. Never tried again. We ended up having to open a petition to get my epic back. Thankfully, the game masters were really, really cool, and they actually gave me back my epic. Because not only was it not supposed to be equipped in the range, they weren't supposed to be able to throw the damn thing. So they decided to be super nice and give it back. And about a week later, after the next patch, I believe it was about a week, you could no longer equip your Ragebringer into your range slot. So no spiffy free ranged haste with some of the other items. Alright. Back at it again. Maybe we stick with bats. I don't know. I love going after skeletons. Just because they're, again, upgrades. They can drop weapons. They can drop things that sell. But we're definitely kicking out the gate nice and slow here. We're about halfway through level. But then out of nowhere, we take like a huge hit for like, I don't know, 5. And that represents 20% of our hit point bar. Alright, come on. Imitation backstab. Imitation backstab. Yay! Alright. Alright, we're gonna leave stuff laying around. Anything cool? Don't remember what that's for. I remember these things suck. I don't think anything buys them, so we're not gonna mess with it. That'll be a wolf. He will just eat us. Yeah, what I really want, I said, are these skeletons. Because this is where we're gonna get our early upgrades from, right here. Get us some cloth armor. Maybe we get super lucky. We can get maybe a backpack, early weapons and things like that. Plus they can actually drop cash. That's assuming we can ever actually hit this thing. Come on. Stabbity stabbity already. Whew, jeez. There we go. Upgrade number 2. I'll run away from the pawn and run back over here. I think one of our first orders of business will be investing in some bandages so we can get some bandage action on this guy. Oh man. Ooh, excuse me. Let's see. Chaser never made it into getting the epics. I mean, it's one of those things where you know, I had my heyday, you know, in live when everything originally launched, and we played, you know, I played a lot of EverQuest all the way into, you know, really hardcore. I'd probably say into like the Planes of Power. You know, at that point, like my main switched a couple of times. My very first toon was actually a Paladin, and I played with an Enchanter for a long time, but I didn't like to raid with the Enchanter. So, here comes the Rogue. Plus, I don't remember what the cool drop was. I had some kind of cool fun drop. So I was like, I'll make a Rogue, and I'll give it to the Rogue. And I made a Halfling Rogue. Just because at the time they got the bonus experience thing. But, you know, you had lots of competition, obviously, in the DPS space when you're trying to raid and do kind of cooler stuff. And then once the Cleric took over, you know, he was kind of the top stack. But I always made time, like for my first original guys, I did, I got the Rogue Epic, I got the Cleric Epic, I did get the Druid Epic. And I got a couple other ones just from length of play. You know, oddly, I don't remember if I even told this story when I actually were playing through with the Wizard or not. But we got up, we're full life. Again, I keep talking and distracting myself. But we had, I actually had a Wizard way back in the day, and he always had a group. He was always set up with a group, so I never had to try too hard. But I actually did get the epic on him with a lot of help. He was pretty fun. But then I got they nerfed Ice Comet, and as soon as they nerfed Ice Comet, I did not want to play him anymore. And I did what you're not supposed to do out loud, and I sold him, epic and all. And I've done some again since then, but never too many too many more. They're a little bit different these days. Let's see. So where was our stabbity? Baldur's Gate 3. So far, no. We've actually been... Aside from playing P99, I do play a lot of live still. Multiple ways. Which I know can be troubling for some folks, but I mean, I've admitted in the past I play live, I play P99, I still play some EverQuest 2 here and there. We've got a game group of friends. We get together like on the weekends and play some different titles. But we have actually not checked out Baldur's Gate. I think in the last Steam sale we had, we picked up Red Dead Redemption 2 because none of us had ever actually played that. We picked up, was it Volcanoids? That one we haven't touched just yet, but we have it kind of on standby. And we've been playing here lately, which is kind of different for me. We've actually been playing The Division, and we've got a group of guys playing The Division. But when I'm playing by myself, it's mostly a lot of EverQuest, either P99 or live. Some more group window. Move that over here again. We're not going to do that for a while either. Let's see. We're good enough. So I really want to run around and chase for just skeletons, but I'm still worried about those guys. But he's an even con, so we're going to get brave. Backstab, sort of. See how we do. Stabbity. Hey, there we go. He did haul off and clock us one right there at the end. But we are officially a level 2 backstabber. So at least we can kind of get something rolling. Not really, say with our whopping 50 hit points. So we've about doubled our hit point capacity. So now we're actually going to have to sit down even longer. But let's see, so our top end weapon here. We're doing 3 damage on a 24 delay. So we can definitely look for ways to improve that guy. That's one of the, we'll have to do some homework, do some quick study, trying to find out where are some of the early places we can go, or maybe get some early rogue gear. I mean, some of the stuff that comes to mind. What was that crazy wasp? Whoa, who this? They summoned Sword of Runes. And a damage shield. Yep. I just have to hope I can actually hit them before they touch me, because they'll kill themselves. Nope. Rats. Alright, so this is what we're going to have to do. As much as I want to do that thing, we can't hit with it yet. We have no skill in it. Maybe, possibly. Come on, stick him. Everything's just croaking. There we go. We'll call that an official like backstabby action right there. Let's maybe we try things that are maybe a little bit bigger. Maybe I don't know. Or things that have to run away. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh yeah, and Crookstinger. You were exactly right. Crookstinger was that crazy wasp who dropped that. Oh, come here. Be stabbed. Another upgrade. I'll take it. But yeah, he dropped that spiffy little dagger that procced a little poison thing. Oh, you're gonna feel this, little orc pawn. Go ahead, touch me. Go ahead, come on. Alright, don't touch me that hard. Just touch me a little bit. Just enough to get the damage shield. There we go. I can't remember. I got to look up what these little scalp things are for, because I don't remember. Ugh. It's like, I'll be like a pretend backstab, right? Got up behind him. Yep, nope. Didn't work on him. Stabbity. Rats. We didn't get the hit off. Gotta be careful. Don't want to do too much of this. Get ourselves in trouble. Ow. Like we insta-gibbed a skeleton a minute ago, and this guy's gonna give us a run for our money. Are you serious? You're gonna make me run away again? Come on. Stabbity, stabbity, man. Hey, look at that. We got some drawers. All right, we'll take it. Let's go over here and put ourselves back together, because, man, we just got BTFU. Probably got a little bit brave. A little bit brave. All right, so we'll sit here on our rump for just a second. But yeah, you're totally correct. Crookstinger was a crazy wasp. Like I said, he was kind of the only one that dropped that. And then, of course, like classically, it actually took longer to be a little, but you could get the Dragoon Dirk from Crushbone. Not to mention, like as a rogue, you could actually wear, if you were the right, race combination, you could wear the tunic off of Crush. Of course, there was a lot of, there's so many like big, nice high-end stickers. There's so many. I mean, you got the dagger from Lower Guk that procs like the Engulfing Darkness, and then you've got there was so many proc. That was my favorite thing. If I think about a rogue back in the day, was they could proc everything, and you had the masks. So like my original rogue, and I still have him. I'm horrible with him, but I still have him. But it was like I collected as many of the masks as I could get my hands on. So he could turn into, that was actually a running gag I had on my original rogue for the longest time. Was we actually, even in my raid guild, we had people who did not know what race I actually was, because I always had some kind of mask. So I mean, obviously you get the Dark Elf mask as soon as you can. I had the Ixar mask. I had of course this was a little bit later, so you did have more mask options at the time. I was a halfling, but I still had the halfling mask because it still changed my appearance. So I'd be two different looking halflings. I had the Burnous of the Half-Breed, I believe is what they called it, which was a rare drop from Surefall, or the other side of Surefall, which that actually turned you into a half-elf. I ended up with the High Elf mask after doing the Epic. That one was super cool. I got the Cat mask. I am back to full life, so let's go stabbity something. I tell you what else we'll do. Let's while we're here. Well, actually, let's sell something real quick, because our inventory is actually full. But I know we don't want to sell anything to Boomba, because he sucks. He kind of really sucks. He's one of those greedy guys. So we're going to go over here instead. I say that, and I'm like running myself right back to where my monk stuff was. But I think the monkeys people should like us. So we'll run in here and see if these guys will talk to us. We just need to get this stuff to boot. I know there's a vendor right here. He's got a lot of the stuff that we kind of need. Guess at some point we should probably walk over and try to remember where the Royal Guild is. There we go. All right. So we'll sell you some bat wings, and we'll sell you some bat furs. Come on. Sell you some bone chips that we can't do anything with. All right. Not even enough to get us a backpack yet, unfortunately. Let's see how many bandages we can get, though. Can we do 5 more? No, we can't. Okay. Can we get one? We're so broke, we get 5 whole bandages. Alright. But you know what? Got ourselves a couple of bandages. We're going to grab our spiffy glowy sword, which is way more damage than a spiffy little dagger, even if we don't really have the skill to use it yet. That will be fine. We will head out into the wide world of sports wielding that guy and be able to do a little bit more damage. Let's see what we got there. Hello, Mrs. Graybearded. Because yeah, she is sitting here next to me. She's waving, just so you know. She We're trying to be careful because my mic is actually so super sensitive. If she does say anything, it will pick it up. I mean, to the point to where I even had to go turn off the Jarvis for my daughter because she had it turned up so loud that I could hear it through the wall. So, super sensitive mic. At some point, I'll try to do something spiffy, like get one of the ones that like hangs up off the desk or something a little bit like that, so it's a little bit higher maybe. Get back here. As long as the guards don't auto aggro, we'll be alright. One of those. Immediately to the decaying skeletons, because again, these are our loot pinatas right here. El Smacko. Just what we needed. Ice cold refreshment. Let's just tank all of our stats. And then layer. Oh, that might be money. That might be money. Come on, be a crack staff. Ah! Boo. Look, if that was a crack staff, we'd be like, we got our first platinum, we can buy a backpack. Oh, man. But you know what? Money is still money, and we will take it. At this point, I mean, I think we can, I think the only thing, there's the coyote or the little wolf or whatever. There's one guy out here that's kind of a pain when you're little, because he's just bigger than everybody else. But I think in terms of the skeletons, we should be fine messing with them. We should generally be okay. I say that, and I get double punched in the head. Come on. Well, apparently our will is not sufficient enough to proc this weapon. So we can't get the spiffy proc on it. We can get that, and we can get ourselves another upgrade. Armor is armor, and we will take every bit of it that we can get at this size. So let's see. Yeah, it's that situation is the one we have to watch out for, because we don't want to get mauled by multiple little pawn guys at the same time, because that'll just not go well for us. So we'll... Oh, he's coming after us anyway. Come on, squirrel. What you got? Ow. Come on. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Hello, guard person. A little help here would be super. Thank you. Well, if nothing else, at least the guards like us. And that's like the third or fourth time we've already had to dash to the guards now to keep ourselves from going splat. Right back on our rump. Actually, no. Let's get a bind wound action going on. The bind wound is going to be clutch. I doubt we'll ever see the same level of skill that we got with our monkey friend. But it's going to be very, very useful for us down the stretch. So there will be no doubt about that. All right. That's about as good as we're going to get there. Trying to roast the rump for a minute here. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. So we don't have to go there immediately. But now I'm trying to remember actually where is the stinking guild hall. And apparently I need to turn off notifications for the game because things keep popping up. Remember where is the Rogie Guild Hall at? Let's see. Right now we're in the west, so this one's got like all the Kazers and the Warriors. We run back and forth between that, and of course the monkeys is where we were before. Is it all the way over in east? Yeah, we got to go to that little. I did forget about that. We were actually going to have to do the like everything's down in the tunnels. We're going to have to try to remember the tunnel thing when it's time to go train up. But now, hit point bar is full again. What is this person doing? I think that's their spawn point. Yep. And she's getting beaten to death. by a Death Fist pawn. Not quite sure why. But I'll take the experience and the cash. And I'll go find myself another loot pinata. Oh man. So it did seem at least. Okay. Let's see. I think this is going to sell for more than that. That is going to sell for more than that. So we're going to keep that. What is up, Perry? Yeah, like we I thought about slowing things down, but I didn't want to drag it out too much for the folks who were on super early with me. I did got rolling pretty quickly, and we as you can see, we'll get this guy too. We'll get this guy too. We'll head in and we'll do a quick sell. We are a nice half-elf rogue out of Freeport named Lifton, with the planned last name of Lifton Lots of Loot, provided by our community here. So let's see. Ooh, we got a bandage. We'll take that. Get the bone chips, and this one should also. So the rusty two-hander should also actually sell. That actually should probably sell better than the bone chips, because we're not be selling to people right now. But basically, right now, like the whole shtick, right, is let's get ourselves like that first backpack so we can carry more stuff. That's the whole thing, right? It's how much stuff we can carry. I'm sure that there's probably a closer vendor than the one that I keep running into. This is just the one I always think of. I don't think there's anybody in any of these things in here. So I just typically just run over to the monk stuff. There's at least no one. They're right here. They're not too far out, and they sell everything, as well as backpacks, bandages, all that kind of happy jazz. But yeah, and then going back to kind of keeping tabs on the chat. Yeah, I mean the rogue definitely will be a new toolbox for us, right? Because we haven't been sneaky. Let's see. So yeah, 2 gold for that guy. Sorry, 1 gold for that guy. That guy kind of sucked. 1 gold there. We don't want to sell that, but that should be enough. We have our first backpack, and we're almost broke again. But you know what? We'll take it. We will take it. It gets us started, and then we'll. How many more bandages can we get? Nope, not that many. Not that many either. I don't want to do math. There we go. We're broke again, but we have more bandages. We have a backpack. So at least now, if nothing else, we can consolidate some of the stuff that we know that we don't want to get rid of anytime soon. And eventually when we go down to train, we'll hand in our spiffy little scroll. And I think that's when we should get like a free tunic, assuming that we don't get one from outside. But even if we do, we'll swap to the free tunic, and then we'll sell the other tunic for some cash. Oh, pardon me. But yeah, like I said, the toolboxes on these guys should make for some interesting stuff. We definitely, can sneak around. Wait a minute. Am I out of drink already? No, I'm not. Not sure why I did that, but okay. Maybe I tried to pick it up right as it tried to drink or something. But yeah, so like I said, here we go. It's the toolbox, obviously with the hide and sneak thing. Being able to rob people is always fun, but obviously kind of have to be careful with that as well, because you don't want to be that one guy in the group that's pickpocketing everything, and when they start screaming demons nonstop, but stop stealing from me, and the whole group, nobody wants to group with you again. Right, so I'll have to do most of the stealing when I'm on my own, at least to get the skill up when nobody's looking. All right, let's see. Right back at it. Let's try to keep the loot rolling. It's like, I mean, as always, right? My first things right out of the gate that I definitely want to accomplish. Try to get as much cloth armor as we can, and then try to get some of that early. Come on, come on. Was also trying to get some of those early things like this. Run away! Trying to get some of the early things under the belt, right? Like we want to get... Ow. Help me, help me! Well, speaking of some blind wound skill, we're trying to get some of those early things out the way, right? Trying to get a couple of backpacks, things like that. One other big advantage with this guy, of course, will be we won't have to worry about our weight until we're overweight, which is handy. That was the only thing about the monk that could be so tricky, right? Was as soon as you start crossing that threshold, your armor class goes down. So now it's, you know, can kind of get sneaky on how that can affect you. Man, there's so many skeletons. This might be a bad idea, but we're going to do it anyway, because that is a lot of loot pinatas. Just give me a couple of good cracks and we got this guy. Come on. Thank you. Another beer. Alright. That's probably not the best idea right now. Back to bind wound. But yeah, like I said, get some of the early stuff taken care of, right? All the free armor we can get from the newbie zone area. Then at the same time, you know, try to get ourselves, you know, a couple of backpacks. Don't necessarily have to have one in every single slot, but if we could get like a nice, you know, probably 4 or 5 backpacks, just so we can carry around some loot and don't have to run and sell quite as often. And then, you know, the choices from that, that's where things always get interesting, right? So, like once you actually start at least generating a hair of revenue, like, do we got to try to go for some armor first and pick, you know, pick and mix and match maybe a few pieces of banded kind of early on? Or do we, you know, try to go for a weapon early on? You know, obviously it'll be a lower level weapon, but I mean, it's not hard to outpace. Well, okay, the little sword the guy gave me, you know, pretty slick, but it's not hard to outpace our intro dagger here. And even this sword's only 7. It's really awesome for the pets because they can proc it and do all the extra damage. Not quite as awesome for us. There's some free water. Where's my loot pinata? Come on. Backstab? Nope. Hey, you dork, that was mine. One time I don't actually need help. Dude's got a hero complex. Yeah, alright. Come on. Come on. Oh man, oh man. So the one thing I didn't think about in all of this, not going to lie, was, you know, how long... Ooh, free bag. Nice. Was how long we were going to actually kind of keep streaming once we got started. Actually, these guys will aggro off of each other, so let's get this guy further out. Don't want to keep, you know, people for too long. Going on the horrible road. I'm supposed to be sneaking up on everything already. Get the skill higher. Let's not get multiple at the same time. We're not that cool. Are we sneaky? Nope, we're not sneaky. Are we sneaky? Ah, crap, we got too close. Run away! Hi guys, me again. A little help. A little help. Appreciate you. Be right here if you need me. But while we're sitting and regening here again, for those that don't know, Perry, who joined in our chat, Perry Lovewhistle has his own EverQuest channel where he does some P99 content as well. He's got a very high level epiced out ranger that he does adventures on, as well as other various alts and everything like that. So if you guys get a chance, you know, if you like some EverQuest content, be sure to jump over there to Perry's channel and check out what he's got going on, especially if you dig ranger stuff, because he's, you know, he followed the course all the way through the rangers and the quests and some of that cool stuff. And so we've not done ranger yet on our channel. I haven't been able to see. I'm still trying to figure out what this clown is doing, aside from building up a pile of corpses. It's a weird spot to go AFK, I guess. But loot pinata. Sword backstab. Sure. Alright, let's see. Yeah, Ranger definitely would have been cool. It's that was always a fun class. It gets a the spiffy skill set of the druid, which is always fun. There's so much utility, and then of course you're also just dual wielding heavy chain armor. It's always a good time. I think there's a handful of people who were hoping for druid, just for some druid shenanigans. And of course Bard is always a popular option, only because you can't never seen me play a Bard and how ugly that gets that fast. I would have to completely relearn how to try to do the whole Bard kiting thing when and if we land on Bard, because of course they nerfed that so long ago, like 22 years ago. Not quite that long, but way back in the day. Like so many other people actually did know how to do that, where I could pull like half of a zone and go ham and get some stuff done. But it's been so long now I can't remember for the life of me. More alcohol, we'll just sell that. The orc spawned right in front of us. We're starting to do slightly better against these guys. We'll see. And this is a smaller one anyway. I say that and then we miss every single hit. Come on, clock him. There we go. No loots. Skeletons are still a better loot pinata. Because I mean, I really should be, I guess, not quite so picky. I just can't help myself. So these other guys are just going to sell trash. And these guys will give us money and armor and things that at least will sell for multiple gold at a time. Oh, he's a big one. Let's see how we do. See how we do. Good hit, good hit. Hit him again like that. There we go. A little bit of cash, nothing fancy. Got any more loot pinatas? Doesn't look like it. Alright, so now we just take the first stuff that's available to us. Go ourselves on a little killing spree. We're a little over halfway through level. We'll try to see if we can get like level 3 tonight. I think that'd be a good spot. Get to level 3 and then we can pick up from there. Right, we'd be able to pick up at the guild hall, turning in our little book, and then heading out from there. I think would be sounds like a pretty good plan. What do you guys think about that? We're gonna totally avoid that wolf because I think he will eat us in just a couple of chomps. Now it's, ooh, he's holding something too. Come here. It's one of those goofy early level bastard swords or something. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think they sell for a whole lot, but I kind of don't care. Kinda don't care. So that'll be the other thing. The other thing I'll have to keep track of at the same time, right? Is like you can only backstab with a piercing weapon, so we definitely want to make sure we keep our. As cool as this little sword is to get us rolling, we definitely want to make sure that we keep our piercing, our stabbities. We got to keep those stabbities high. Oh, free food. We'll take that as well. Or loot pinatas. Oh, come on. Be a crack staff. Be a crack staff. Ah, we're in business. We are in business. Money! Let's give us a couple more of those guys. We'll have these backpacks in the bag. But tis. This is where I need Galoshin as a sound box. So we can just throw in some random sound effects. Fire beetle lights will glow in the dark. But yeah, that crack staff should be a solid plat for us. Even, well, maybe just an under plat because our charisma stinks. But that right there, we can turn that immediately into like 2 bags and fill and help with some of the space issues. We're kind of scooting along here. Uh-oh. Looks like Psycho Otis. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I did give away. I'm a horrible streamer. Didn't use the right handle. So Psycho Otis been Psychotus. We've been playing video games together for a ridiculously long period of time. And I was super jealous the other day because he got this really cool little soundboard thing, and he was blasting all the sounds through the Discord at us, which was pretty cool. I had to do it manually, but what do you mean? What do you mean you broke it? How do you break something with buttons? Aside from, I don't know, do you knock it off the desk or something? Like, nope, run. Don't want to be wolf fodder. Run away! Help! Help! Alright, well, that handled the wolf problem for a second. Because I think there's only ever like one of them at a time. I think. Alright. Ooh. Come on, crack staff. Ah, we might have another crack staff. I'm being laughed at. Double crack staffs. We're in business. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. All right. It's hardware. It wasn't meant to be mine. So shall I share with the world? Oh, shit, the wolf spawned already. So again, I've been playing games with Psycho for so long, with tabletop Magic. We actually met over a game of Magic back in college forever and ever ago. We've been playing video games with EverQuest, World of Warcraft, shooters, all that kind of stuff. And the poor guy, him and hardware just don't see eye to eye. He will fly through hardware so much faster. I mean, we were just playing the other day. I think we both built our current gaming rigs at about the same time. And out of nowhere, he just started blowing up and blue screening constantly the other night. He must have crashed half a dozen times where he just said piss on it and he went to bed. Trying to figure out whether it's processor, whether it's memory, whether it's just overheating, but it's always something. Oh, man. We're sneaking. There it is. Ding! Stand up and cheer for the world. We are now a level 3 backstabity. Tell you what, we're going to grab that. I'm going to put that here. I'm going to do this. Bring it, son. Stabbity, stabbity, stabbity. Alright, so I think now, at level 3... Well, that is fair. You also, like, whenever he does have a hardware problem, the rest of the world does not cooperate with him getting it fixed either. They send him the wrong stuff. Ah! Don't stab yourself, dummy. Stab the skeleton. Stabbity, stabbity. Come on now. We got one more loot pinata over here. But yeah, I think now, I think at level 3, I think we're going to be basically right there. I think that should be, we should be newbie zone domination, I think, at this point. At level 3. I mean, well, yeah, dumb things can still happen, especially to me. They do all the time. I mean, if we get lots of these guys on us, but even the wolves now are just going to be our size, so they're not going to be quite as perilous as they were before. And as long as we keep stabbing things like a so, we should keep ourselves in pretty good shape. But guys, I think that's I think it's going to be a pretty good spot. I think, right, to call it for our first ever live stream. We rolled up a new character. We are our first time rogue. Well, I mean, obviously first time in the challenge rogue. We're in a nice centralized spot. We got to remember how in the world to get to our guild hall, which I won't make you guys watch me get lost. Oh, there's 2 wolves. I won't make you guys hang around and watch me be lost trying to find that. I think, oh, this guy's going to have some gold for us right there. But I think this is a really, really good spot to kind of call it for our first ever live stream. I totally appreciate everybody who jumped in, everybody who participated. I mean, again, it's a small community, but it's a great community. I love it when anybody can hang out. We, you know, as always, when you catch me in game at the same time, you still holler at me, still chat at me, and maybe we can do this more often. And I can figure out how to just, you know, randomly live stream plays or something. I mean, it's a little bit tricky because my play time is just so weird. I don't play a lot during the day. Typically, it's in the evening, just late at night, things like that. So it's not really convenient for most other people to watch. But yeah, I think. Oh, another loot pinata. So this is what always happens with me in EverQuest, right here. See, there's always that one extra guy. There's always that one extra guy. It's like, don't worry, honey. I'll be to bed in a minute. It's just one last fight. This one last fight. Oh, I got an ad. Oops, I accidentally trained myself. Don't worry, one last fight. Yep. 20 years of it so far. She hasn't kicked me out just yet. Not just yet. But yeah, guys, like I said, I think we're going to chase some loot pinatas back and forth. I think we're going to go ahead and call it for the stream there. Like I said, it's been a solid hour. We got 3 levels in there. We got several upgrades. And we are officially out of inventory space yet again. So I think that puts us on the... let's go ahead. I don't remember how much these things sell for. It probably sells more than that, right? Right, we're going to go with that. We're going to keep that, sell that. We're gonna run back to town over here, guys. We're going to jump in. I'm not going to do... Okay, we're going to go up to this one last loot pinata. Because he's here. Stabbity, stabbity, stabbity. Then we're going to run into town. We're going to do a little bit of selling. We're going to, you know, stop with the combat. We're level 3, and we will pick up next time. No spiffy loots. We will pick up next time level 3 with our training and stuff done. But guys, like I said, I definitely appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. You know, a little bit of participation is always awesome. I've been such a cheerleader for this game for so long that it's ridiculous at this point. Lots and lots of years of getting this stuff knocked out. But guys, it's been a great one. I appreciate everybody coming. Until next time, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest, and we will catch you guys next time, next week. We'll get back into the rhythm of getting our weekly stuff rolling, and we'll drop some videos as this guy progresses. What's this? Just joined, starting stream from the beginning. So yeah, like I said, we're actually kind of just shutting it down. But like I said, I will try to post this. I've never posted anything this big. We'll see how this goes. But guys, it's been great. We will see you guys next week. Thank you all so much for the support. It means a lot to me. Good night, guys.